Rise to honor Mr. Charlie Odell Lovette of Wilkes County in North Carolina's 5th District. Recently, Mr. Lovette was posthumously inducted into the Wilkes County Agriculture Hall of Fame, and 3 miles of Highway NC 16 North were officially renamed in his honor. In addition to being a pioneer of the U.S. poultry industry, Mr. Lovette was an active leader in the community and advocated for the construction of what is now his namesake, C.O. Lovette Highway, connecting Wilkesboro to Millers Creek. Although he passed away in 1978, Mr. Lovette's legacy is fondly remembered, and livelihoods continue to thrive along trails he blazed. Charlie Lovette's life is a shining example of the American dream that North Carolinians remain proud of and hopeful for. At the young age of 14, Lovette left home to drive trucks for his uncle, distributing farm products in the foothills and mountains of Wilkes. In the summers, he put his farming skills to use. At age 19, he returned to public school to improve his skills to be able to turn his work experiences into a business of his own. Starting with a horse-drawn wagon to sell apples and working at R.J. Reynolds Tobacco, Mr. Lovette was able to acquire necessary startup capital to contribute to the foundation of the modern poultry industry. He bought the first truck in his enterprise in 1924 and developed a weekly schedule of buying barnyard chickens, butter, eggs, ham, dried apples, honey, and other produce from country stores and farmers in Wilkes to sell in Charlotte and Winston-Salem. His business provided a market for local farms to sell and trade their products to produce family farm income. This same year, Mr. Lovette married the love of his life, Ruth Bumgarner. Ruth deserves just as much credit as her husband for being a steadfast pillar of support in his business endeavors and encouraging him to succeed. During this time, chicken production progressed from barnyard chickens to hothouse chickens, and Lovette was an early adopter of the farming innovation. In 1928, he built one of his first hothouse chicken houses on his farm with capacity for 250 birds. A portion of that chicken house is now on display at the Wilkes Heritage Museum. Hothouse chicken farming increased rapidly in western Wilkes in the 1930s and 1940s. During World War II, processing plants were built in the major cities on the East Coast to supply the war effort, and live chickens were delivered to these plants from Wilkes by Mr. Lovette's trucks. In 1946, Mr. Lovette sold his live chicken business to his oldest son, C. Fred Lovette. However, Charlie continued to run a smaller farm-raised food products business and started Lovette Egg Company in North Wilkesboro with his partner, J.C. Bumgarner. 15 years later, Fred Lovette consolidated all the chicken and egg operations to form Holly Farms Poultry Industries. During the 1970s, Holly Farms Poultry Industries became the largest chicken company in the world, with chicken operations in North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, and Texas. Additionally, it was the first chicken brand nationally distributed in the United States. Not only was Mr. Lovette a smart businessman with a strong work ethic, he was also known for his good character. If profits were higher than expected, he passed on extra earnings to his suppliers. He was an adored father of 7 who, alongside Ruth, instilled values of faith into the Lovette family and was an active member of Pleasant Home Baptist Church. Charlie and Ruth were a team in every endeavor and extended their business success not just to their children, but also to their siblings and many nieces and nephews who lived on the farm and worked at Lovette Poultry Company. The Wilkes farming community has been the beneficiary of Mr. Lovette's courage to take risk and his determination to succeed. In 1989, Holly Farms was acquired by Tyson Foods, and in Wilkes, the industry still generates more than $300 million in gross annual revenues, employs 3,300 people, and supports 200 family farms. With a lot of hard work and limited means, Mr. Lovette became a pioneer of the poultry industry, and his legacy is enshrined in the Wilkes community. He is an example for us all of the endless possibilities in our country and what the seeds of big dreams, with the support and collaboration of family and community, can grow into. I yield back, Mr. Speaker.